What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. With a lot of changes, well, I should say a lot of things have changed since on Saturday at the Day 1 pay-per-view and whatnot. What do we have going on Monday Night Raw tonight, huh? Because obviously the game has changed right now, and it looks like we're trying to get things on the playing field to see what's going to happen here after the whole Day 1 show. Check out that review. If you have not yet, the Day 1 pay-per-view review is online right now. But Monday Night Raw tonight, we do kick it off with the lights going out first. And when the lights came on, Paul Heyman was in the ring. I figured Paul Heyman was going to be back, but he says tonight I am an advocate, and he won, do this whole reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Heavyweight Champion of the world, Brock Lesnar. Brock came out with the WWE title, the new champion. Basically, he came out with the belt. He threw the belt in, and Heyman caught it. Brock took some steel steps and put it in a ring. Then, as he stood on top of it, then and whatnot, basically handing Heyman the microphone. Well, he wanted to talk on him first and say, I want to give a special shout out to my good buddy here, Paul Heyman, who got me into this match of being a free agent right now. And he told, Roman Reigns, the real champion, is here right now. And he told him to get well soon, buddy. Since Roman Reigns has COVID right now. Basically, he told South Carolina to acknowledge me, and felt like boos and cheers for both Lesnar and Heyman out there. I don't know if the crowd didn't know whether to boo them or cheer them. But it was kind of like on both sides of the fence of what side they were on. But Lesnar said, he also like to acknowledge his advocate. Once again, he pulled the strings to get him in this match. Paul Heyman got on the microphone then and basically, start talking about, you should see all the everything that went behind the scenes in that signing and negotiation and whatnot to get in this title match and whatnot. But he talked about how Brock will defend the WWE title at the Royal Rumble and to see who's going to win this Fatal 4-Way. Basically, it's the same people from last Saturday, which was supposed to be a Fatal 4-Way before it was changed into a Fatal 5-Way. And Heyman, talked about everyone from Seth Rollins. Yes, he's the visionary, but his wife might leave him if he doesn't win the WWE title. He talked about Kevin Owens. You guys go back to SmackDown. You're a team and whatnot. So why don't you go over there and stuff? But Reigns already got COVID, so he's probably an easy champion to take down and whatnot. You guys can do that because he says, "Oh, don't boo me." You say, he can get over the Rona, but karma is a bitch, as he said. And he talked about Bobby Lashley, saying, I never spoke to them backstage and whatnot. Never shook hands. And he said that Lashley speared him first time that they have met. And Lesnar hit an F5 on that. He did hit an F5 on everyone other than Lashley. And basically, he got him in that hurt lock. But you see if you can go face to face, then attack, jump from behind and whatnot. And he talked about Big E, which they had nothing bad to say about Big E. And, they had a lot of respect for him and whatnot. But it'll be an absolute honor just to see Lesnar versus Big E so Big E can lose. And Big E had the honor to losing to, Lesnar out there. And basically talk about all the challengers and basically, that was the whole promo. So yeah, Reigns and Heyman back, not Reigns, Heyman and Brock back together. It's no surprise. I feel like if everything went as planned on Saturday, I believe Heyman would have been back with Brock and whatnot. But now, since things have changed, some are wondering, will it be a unification title match? Most likely by WrestleMania and whatnot. Possibly. I'm not really sure. Do I really want to see it? Not really, but that's what I feel like it's headed towards, though. I know they had Riddle and Orton in the back. Basically, Riddle's got the gold chain on, and I have to hang with the Migos and whatnot. Basically, I guess hey Randy, we should be a rap group, the Notorious Riddle, and Lil Randog and whatnot. So yeah, RK Bro, man, the next hottest rap group out there. That's gonna be big. But once again, they went against Chad Gable and Otis. Gable talked about his 4.0 GPA, as then crowd boo. He says, "You guys are booing education, disgusting and whatnot." And then the Alpha Academy, and so they're going to beat them and whatnot. Listen, we've seen this one too many times, but Alpha Academy didn't need a win. No, Orton's basically RKO'd the shit out of both of these guys and won in singles matches and stuff. and stuff. I'm sure they're gonna get a tag title shot match at some point, but them getting the win and Otis basically doing a world strongest slam onto Matt Riddle. Um, they needed a win back, so that wasn't bad. Um, Bobby Lashley and MVP were in the back talking about this whole fatal four-way thing. And I said, don't get your head of yourself, because it's gonna be a task to beat. But Lashley is going to win. Lashley looked in the camera and he said, "Brock Lesnar fears me." Um, Next, I thought this one was kind of stupid. What was it? Another 24/7 title thing, which was what Tamina and Akira Tozawa versus Dana Brooke and Reginald. So basically, it's this: they come out, they go through the whole commercial break, they come back, and the entire match was just basically basically Tozawa and Truth out there? Because no, I'm sorry, Tozawa and Reginald. I don't think Tamina or Dana Brooke ever got in the ring. They never did. They literally stood through the whole commercial and on the show, and it's like what I think. Tozawa accidentally hit Tamina, but she no sold the kick for some reason. I don't know. I have nothing really much to say about this. This is dumb. The crowd didn't care. South Carolina was kind of dead throughout half tonight, but I don't blame them being quiet for this. This was just dumb and dumb to watch. Next, Becky Lynch came out then, basically talking about the New Year usually inspires people and stuff, and what your life sucks, everything. Once the clock hits 12, something new can really happen, and whatnot, but basically talk about how the locker room cannot beat her. And basically, I had done a lot of work here. And it's like, being in a museum, a painting, like good art, like the Van Gogh, she says, Vincent Van Gogh, though, of what she is to this company. And, you all are not going to lose 10 pounds out there. And, I want to get the hell out of South Carolina. And Liv Morgan failed on day one. Liv Morgan came out. It looks like they changed the theme song a little. But, she said, basically said, Becky, you won, but I promised myself I'd give my all, and that's what she did. But Becky says, listen, okay, you'll get the title one day, maybe when I retire, but you're not going to get the title now. Bianca Belair came out then basically saying that, after this little whole dewdrop thing, I I want my shot again at the title. Becky basically said, you guys can start some women's group in the back if you want or something, but nah, you're not getting a shot right here. You almost got it, but you're not getting it. But Liv Morgan basically said, you know what, locker room, you haven't been there in years and stuff. But next, Morgan and Bianca start arguing. Becky said, okay, you guys handle, on your own and whatnot. They both end up attacking Becky then and whatnot. Then they brawled with each other. Bianca's about to get the KOD, but Becky pulled her down and then hit the manhandle slam. Obviously, this is leading to a triple threat match. I'd rather see Bianca versus Becky again. I think it's time to move back to Bianca, especially with the reaction she's been getting. I don't mind Liv Morgan, but I feel like this just isn't working anymore at this point. But obviously, it's going to be a triple threat match coming, so get ready for that. Um, what's next? Queen Zelina and Carmella went against Rhea Ripley and Nikki Ash for the women's tag titles. I don't think Carmella ever even got in this damn match now that I think about it. Did she, other than put on her little mask, what did she really do? She did nothing. Zelina was basically throughout the whole thing, and they still won, end up beating Nikki Ash out there with the roll up. So obviously they still talking about Nikki still taking L's and whatnot. We'll see where that goes. But yeah, Zelina and Carmella won, so it's not much to say from there. Street Profits went against Apollo Crews and Commander Aziz. Street Profits won. It's not much to say from this. Crews took the pinfall from that big ass frog splash. I don't know what they doing with Crews and Commander Aziz at this point. They've just been taking L's all the time, and this was just another example, except in 2 minutes. So taking L's once again. Damian Priest talked about, she's going to remain calm and cool because if he gets disqualified to count out, he will lose the U.S. title and stuff. Yeah, it is the U.S. title. Dewdrop was in the back wanting a title shot. I guess it'll be a triple threat match between Bianca, Liv Morgan, and Dewdrop to see who would face Becky at the Royal Rumble. Priest went against Ziggler then. If he gets disqualified, counted out, he would have to give up the title, which Rude came out several times to help and stuff. He did do that. Basically, even Priest getting a chair. he was gonna attack them, but he couldn't know what to do, and he had to get in the ring with the ref. And he went Ziggler said, "Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me." And Rude, they told him to do it, but Priest just had the chair. He threw it at Rude. Ziggler hit the zigzag 2 count. He went for a super kick, but Priest got out the way and hit the Reckoning for the win. I almost thought Ziggler was about to win right here, but not bad though. I wonder if, Priest was going to snap. What was he going to do? Was he going to lose it? What was going to happen? But he didn't snap and remain cool. Vince McMahon was in the back on his phone until Austin Theory showed up. Vince basically talked about, I didn't tell you could enter, and Theory apologized. Vince says, no, that's a sign of weakness. They'll apologize. I don't. And basically, Vince said that Theory would be in a Royal Rumble match, and you would have a chance to main event WrestleMania and probably become the WWE or Universal Champion. So I don't know why they have. I don't know why Vince. I don't know. Vince is probably gonna do something to help Austin Theory in this match. I don't know what, but saying that he's in the Royal Rumble, we'll see. We'll see what goes on with that then, since he is in the Rumble now. So, yeah, Vince, man, at least he didn't bring up the golden egg. But yeah, the Vince and Theory segments are back again. I could actually hear more Vince this time around. I would probably recommend some Tito. Next in, Miz and Maurice came out. Basically, Miz, somebody almost won that match until Beth Phoenix got involved and stuff. And basically accused Miz, you having women fight your wife fight your own battles, and Miz said he would never ever do that. And Maurice said Beth Phoenix said I punch her in the face. Beth Phoenix came out there with Edge. Beth Phoenix, I don't know why, trying to pull off some type of Mad Max type of hairstyle going on right now, but her and Edge came out then. Basically, Edge said, listen, you lost, okay? And you're making every excuse you can. You can't take the L, all right? And Ed says, I don't ask my wife to fight my battles. Beth Phoenix basically said, everything was my idea day one, okay? And Edge basically says, how about this? We all know you want to keep this going, so how about tag team match at the Royal Rumble and whatnot? Miz basically said, if you're serious and whatnot, we'll do it. Miz basically just started naming all of Maurice's credentials and stuff. Beth and them wanted to answer. Miz accepted it, but Maurice didn't look like she wanted to do this tag team match then. Beth Phoenix ended up just putting her hand up like this, and Maurice fell to the ground, making her jump as her and Miz left after that then. So, honestly, I don't really want to see another match, but I figured it was going to be a tag team match anyways at some point, given that Beth Phoenix didn't show up at the day one show. So you knew it was most likely going to be a tag match. After they should have did a tag match at day one, but they want to keep stretching this feud out for some reason. I don't know. Big E was interviewing the back, talking about how the WWE Championship meant a lot to him. And, he felt like he let a lot of people down and stuff. But he says no shame losing to Brock Lesnar. And we don't wallow in self-pity. And we going to have a chance to right those wrongs. And we going to get back on that path. And we going to take that title back. And he will retain the championship. So, very good promo by Big E right there. Not bad at all. So, obviously, something's leading into it and stuff. So, at least he's still in the title hunt. AJ Styles, when it gets almost, I'm going to be honest, this match was not really good. It just wasn't good. I guess to make it almost look over, and I know they had another week to kind of figure this whole thing out, but this was not really good. Almost just looked like doing big guy shit out there and just yelling and stuff, but there was a couple spots that were not bad, that were pretty bad out there, so I don't know, man. This almost AJ thing. Usually AJ can make anything work, but I'll give him credit more what he tried to do, but I don't think getting almost over like that was gonna get him over, and I don't think it really did. So Miz won, not Miz, almost won, choke bomb on AJ Styles several times, and he just yelled at him after that. So we'll see what happens there. Alexa Bliss will be back next week. So ever since the whole doll thing at Extreme Rules, she'll be back next week after being gone for 4 months. In the main event, though, Big E versus Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins in a fatal 4-way to see who becomes the number one contender against Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. Not a bad match, right? The most time out here, but I enjoyed this match. I really did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I liked them fighting through the concession stand, just them working together back and forth, hitting each other with weapons and stuff. I enjoyed this. Okay, Owens doing a dive off the ring. That all this was cool. It ended up with Bobby Lashley ended up just spearing everybody out there, everyone, until he got to the Miz. Then after that, and it was Dominator and won. So. Yeah, Bobby Lashley won, but now it's finally happened, folks. The match that people wanted to see, the match I'm sure everyone's wanted to see. Maybe they want to see at WrestleMania, but it's finally happening. It's finally coming, and I'm like, it's finally happening. I think Biggie will get a shot back in one day, but I think this is Lashley's time. We saw they stared at each other last night, last Saturday at the Day One pay per view. So, it's time. Mm, mm. It is time, though. Like I said, we want to see this match. This is the match that everyone wants to see. And they did talk to Brock, but he was more focused on Roman saying being on SmackDown this Friday. I guess maybe we'll be back after the COVID thing. I forgot it's only 5 days and that 2 weeks of quarantine, but it depends on the whole Omicron thing and stuff too. If he has it in that, so it's a difference between that. But yes, Lashley, Lesnar. This is the match that people waited and wanted to see for a very long time, ever since Bobby Lashley stepped foot back in this damn company, okay? This is the match you all need to see. I feel like it probably should be wait till WrestleMania, but if it's gonna happen now, maybe it's gonna happen now then. So hopefully it's that great. Mm, definitely that great though. Sorry, but I'm starting to ramble here right now at this point. But like I said, this is the match that everybody wants to see. It's Brock, it's Bobby. You want to see two of these guys kick the living shit out of each other. MMA wrestling, however you want to put it with both. But this is the match that everyone wants to see. But I feel like it could be some screwy shenanigans at that pay per view, anyways, at the Rumble. But it's finally happened, folks. Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. That'll be tight on the line. This is a match that everyone wants to fucking see right now, okay? Probably one of the loudest pops of the entire night. But other than that, I'm done with this Raw review. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hood890. I'll see you guys then. Peace out.